Hello everyone, welcome to My English, My Life, an online program for class 6 to class 12 to learn English classes. So today we are here to talk about our 9th class from the unit disasters. So first, a havoc flood. So that was very important during disasters. How we should respond, how we have to respond. So now we are in a big disaster. We are in a big problem. It is also we call as a disaster. Means we won't expect. Let me give two words here. Disasters without the influence of human beings. We don't know that. How it is coming, where it's, for example, earthquake, tsunamis, floods. We won't expect these things. Without the influence of human beings, that is called disaster. So it is the pandemic, what we are having, the coronavirus, is also a disaster. Without the influence of human being, no one expected when it is coming, but it happened and giving a big damage for us. So how we should respond? So how we have to react during these times, during disasters? How should we respond? So that was here. Let us discuss by reading the lesson havoc flood, which was real incident which happened in the state of Andhra Pradesh in the Kurnool districts. Let's read and understand. Kurnool, a district with rock soil in Andhra Pradesh in the Krishna river basin, is known as the land of rocky temples in the Rayalaseema region. The headquarters of the district with a namesake is a city with a population of 5 lakhs. Thousands of tourists from various parts of the state travel through the city on their way to tourist spots. The people of the city welcome the tourists in a warm mood. This is a part of their daily routine. Every morning colorful for them. So now we are going to talk about the state of Andhra Pradesh, and the district is Kurnool. It was very well and tourist spot in Andhra Pradesh in the Rayalaseema region. It is also called as a rocky soil. It is full of rocky soil, and many temples were located in this Rayalaseema region in Kurnool district, and it was the place of rocky temples. So many tourists were usually visit this place, Kurnool. So the people, for example, if you have a very tourist spot, let's remember other things. For example, we will get transportation, we will get the food. So many people will get money or a business or their livelihood. They can survive their livelihood if they have the tourist spot in their village, because many people, different people will use to visit the place. So they need food and accommodation, and they need travel, so they need a guide. So all the people of Kurnool will get money, they will have an occupation, and they will have a job. So for these tourists, so same thing, it was very happy. Every day all the people who are in the place, they used to welcome all the people with a great joy who are coming to the state and who are coming to the place Kurnool. So they used to welcome with a great joy. Let's welcome to the place, we are happy to see you here. So they used to welcome everybody who are coming to Kurnool. But a strange thing happened in the bloody night. Let's read what happened on the day of 28th. But on 28th of September 2009, no tourist visited the city from any part of the state. No bus entered the city from any distant village or town. Something terrible happened which stopped the visitors. So in the month of September 28th of 2009, a strange thing happened. On the day, no visitor or no tourist has visited Kurnool. So what happened? What was the strange thing happened to this Kurnool district? What is the heartbreaking incident or accident has been taken place in the state of Andhra Pradesh and the district of Kurnool, in the hometown of Kurnool? Let's read and understand. On 27th September 2009, the city had a heavy rainfall, as the people had to spend a damp, cold and cloudy day. They finished their businesses in the evening and reached their dwelling places at early hours, hoping a bright morning the next day. They had scarcely arrived at their destinations when the rain poured down. Its pouring continues throughout the night. As a result, on 28th September 2009, the people of Kurnool had to welcome rain river waters in gloomy colors to their streets. Instead of the buses full of tourists, they got up from their sleep by roaring floods, inundating their houses as well as scattering their hopes of getting a bright and colorful morning. So what happened on 27th of September 2009? So all the people, after completing their works, they usually go to home. So they complete all their works from office, from works, and job for daily labor. All the people, different aged people, different occupied people. So different jobs, and all the people reach their homes on time. So they reach and they finish the dinner, and they expected that the next day will be very happy. For example, the auto rickshaw reached their home and they thought, today I earned more money. So tomorrow I am expecting more visitors to come to my place. Then I will get more money. So with the dream, he was sleeping, and he was in the night time. So they thought the rain has started. They thought maybe today it will rain for 1 or 2 hours, but it was continuing all night. It was raining. It was raining. As a result, on 28th morning, they welcomed river waters into their homes, onto the streets. All the people were filled, all their houses were filled with the river waters. There was no place of sitting. There was no place for sleeping. There was no place for taking rest because it was occupied by the river. So all the river was flowing over the villages, all the cities, and the state of Andhra Pradesh has been shaken by the incident of which was happened. Maybe in the movie, one of the Telugu movie also came with the same incident. Maybe some of the hero who became a chief minister had shown the incident which has happened in Kurnool. So same thing happened. The Kurnool has been totally filled and flowing with river water. And as a result, 28th morning, instead of buses, instead of tourists, they welcomed rainwater or river water into their houses. It was very pathetic condition for the people of Kurnool. At 10 a.m., the Central Water Commission forecast that the wind flows of the Srisailam Dam would go up to the enormous level of 20 lakhs cuses of water, the highest in its history, posing a threat to the villages on the banks of Krishna River. By the noon of the day, people bore the brunt of the flood fury as the flood water reached the first story of several buildings. The Srisailam right bank power house submerged. There were heart-rending scenes of people practically seeking assistance to rescue them. The people had never experienced such a trauma and loss of property. So now at 10 a.m. in the morning, the Srisailam Dam has been reached its highest point, which is 20 lakh cusecs, highest point ever. So it was very damaged. If they won't open the gates, then the dam will burst. So it was very dangerous condition. Immediately, the Central Water Commission given a caution for the people who are nearby the villages covered by the river basin, Krishna River basin. Immediately, they given a red alert for the people who are in the place. So the government officials, NDA team went to rescue the people. So it was very difficult condition, and the people of Kurnool never experienced the trauma, very difficult condition in their lives, because they never seen this type of flood in their place. So it was the first time they have ever seen such a great disaster in their place, which make their houses to overflow. And moreover, the first story has been filled with river water. Means we can imagine that the single houses, normal house, are being with water. So first story has been filled with water, means we can imagine that total houses were in water. Not only that, the powerhouse were submerged. So we can imagine the condition of the people you are seeing in the picture. So that was the incident which was happened in Kurnool in the month of September in the year 2009. But the government did not have sufficient number of boats and men to help them. The authorities estimated about 40,000 people had taken shelter on the rooftops. The flood inerted about 60 villages all over the district, many of them completely submerged. Much of misery was caused by the Tungabhadra and the Handri rivers, tributaries of the Krishna. Several places, including Mantralayam, the seat of Sri Raghavendra Swami Mutt, were under a sheet of 10 feet of water for 4 days. So the government also very hard to take care of the people, because they have 40,000 men. So it was very hard to rescue all the people. Most probably many people, 60 villages, nearly 40,000 people were taken shelter in the rooftops, who were having 2-story house, 3-story house. So they are taking care of on the rooftops. And most probably here we have to think that it is very hard, and in a short time it is impossible to rescue the people. At the time, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, the late Rajshekar Reddy, was the Chief Minister at the time. So he tried his level best to help the people who are nearly 60 villages has been submerged in water. So it was very hard to take care of them. But the government started initiation, and it is going towards to help the people with the help of central government. The government was forced to seek the help from the army and the navy. One of the IAF helicopters requisitioned by the government rescued 15 farmers trapped in a swollen stream in a daring operation. The Sankeshwar barrage across the Tungabhadra bridge at 2 places, it could not be discharged the massive flood. So immediately the government of Andhra Pradesh asked the central government. At the same time, they requested army and navy, at the same time air force, to help in this rescue operation. Immediately with the help of IAF, Indian Air Force, they took with the help of helicopter, they saved 15 farmers who were in the stream, who were in the swollen stream. They were going out for the river. So they took and they saved their lives, and they were with the daring operation, they saved the people. It was very great operation during 2009 in this flood time. So it was very pathetic condition. It was very hard times to the people of Andhra Pradesh, of Kurnool district. Nearly 60 villages were in water. So the people of Andhra Pradesh were shocked with that incident, because it reached to the peaks and many people were going to die. 30 relief camps were opened in Kurnool to provide food and shelter. At least 25,000 people rendered homeless. Many people lost everything they had. Apart from seeking the help of the army and navy, the government requested the personnel of the disaster management response force from Ernakulam in Tamil Nadu on the transport aircraft, 30 inflatable boats, and an equal number of fiberglass boats. Although water rose to the roof level, people were reluctant to leave their houses and were still seen groping for their valuables. So what happened finally? The houses where the water reached to the top roof level. People already 40,000 people were taking shelter in the rooftops. Now the water has been reached to rooftops. So it was very hard to stay there. But most of the people were thinking about the valuable things. They are not worrying about their lives. They are not worrying about their life. They are worrying about their valuable things. So many people went inside to take their properties, the gold, their ornament, their money. Most of the people lost everything. Some people were going inside. Let me say a story here. That is the same incident happening in some place. So the government sent boats and all the things. One old woman who was very praying to the God and saying that God help me to save from this disaster, from this flood. So she was praying a lot, and the water reached the ground floor. Then she went to first floor, and she was praying the first floor. The water reached the first floor. She went to rooftop, and she was praying. At the time, she has called by a people who are NDA department, means who are in the boats. They called her, please come, old mother, we will help you to take her. Then immediately, the old woman said that, no, I am praying to God, God will help me. Then immediately after some time, helicopter came to the rooftop and asking, please come, we will help you. Then old woman saying that, no, I am praying to God, God will help me. So finally the water reached the rooftop, and the woman was submerged in water, and she died. And she reached heaven, and she is talking to God and questioning God, why can't you save me when I was in disaster? Then God responded like this: I sent you first the boat, but you rejected. Later I sent a helicopter, but you rejected. So whose mistake it is? Many people who are orthodox, they will feel that God will help, but God will help, but in the different source. God directly won't help us in the help of parents, with the help of friends, with the help of teachers, with the help of some other neighbors. So He will help us. So we should get the words. Sometimes we are expecting some good words from the God. We will from the guidance of God. So at the time, God will guide us with in the name of parents, friends, or neighbors, or teachers. So we have to get that things. God won't directly talk to us, or God directly won't come in front of us in the name of human beings. So it is impossible. So the same thing happened here. Many people were not saving their life. They are searching for the valuable things during the flood. Many foolish people, but many people lost their house. Nearly 60 villages were in water. Nearly 60,000 people were lost their houses, and they are taking shelter. And many relief camps were opened by the government to give food and shelter for the people of Kurnool and nearby villages. The pathetic plight was that the people of the villages hurried to the safer places for their lives, leaving everything they had: houses, properties, lands, and cattle. Heart-rending sights welcomed them when they were back home after the flood catastrophe. Poor cattle, cows, buffaloes, and bullocks, and other domestic animals, unaware of what was to come, had to die as they were fastened in their sheds. The grief-struck people stood aghast at their paddy fields, which were about to be reaped in full by the massive floods. So now the people were hurried to save their lives. Many people were going, they left everything. They're not bothering about the family. They're not bothering about the cattle. They're not bothering about buffaloes. They're not bothering about all things. They forgot all those things. They left, and they're hurry. They left the homes and left properties, bikes, cars, money, gold. Some people left everything. Some people were trying to get them. Some people left everything and they leave everything, and they are going to survive their lives. The same thing happened, and many people lost their houses. Many people lost their fields. They came for reap, means they are ready to get money. At the time the flood has been taken over all the crops, all the animals. The animal doesn't know why they are going to die. They are fastened, they were tied to the shade, and they were in the stable. So they were in the stable itself. The flood came and they took away all the animals, all the domestic animals, birds, chickens, everything they lost. Nothing left by the flood. So it was very, very heart-rending incident. The people of Kurnool never forget this incident. The government officials and the voluntary organization that arrived at the spot witnessed the badly damaged roads, railways, and collapsed bridges. The government sent relief teams as early as possible to distribute the emergency relief supplies like food, drinking water, and clothing among the flood survivors. The relief teams reached some of the worst hit areas and found that the people had lost their whole lives, their memories, homes, and loved ones. Thousands of people were misplaced from their homes. All of them were needing food and drinking water. They were looking on with wide open eyes for someone to help to meet their needs. No sooner had the relief teams arrived there than the joy knew no bounds. A sigh of relief rejuvenated their faces. The people were given food, bedsheet, lungis, and towels. Some of them were half naked. No sooner had they received the clothes than they expressed their gratitude with their pulled down faces to sleepless nights. So 2 days they don't have sleep. They lost everything. They were thinking, I lost my family. Many people were misplaced. They lost the children. Father lost daughter. Daughter lost father. Mother lost son. So they were misplaced. Nobody knows where they were. So they were in a hurry to save their lives. So they lost, they forgot about the families. They lost all the relationships. So they lost their home. They lost their properties. They want only one is that we want to survive. We want to survive. We want to save our lives. So at the same time, they lost everything. They were moving. So they forgot about all the things, and they forgot 2 nights, no sleep. They were waiting for the help from the government, and many non-government organizations, NGOs, voluntary organizations, they came forward and they distributed food, drinking water, clothing. At the same time, they given some vessels for food and some groceries for preparing food and everything. So they given everything for the people, and they were very happy, and they shown their gratitude to the people with a great smile because they not slept for 2 nights. One of the sufferers of the flood was a widow of well past 40. She had 4 children. No sooner had the relief team visited this family than they bitterly cried and held on the members of the team, sharing their problems with tears rolling down the cheeks. She said that when the surging waters rushed into her tiny mud sank, the film she touched collapsed. She and her 4 children had to flee for shelter to a roadside situated above water level. For 2 days they stayed there with 4 children without food to eat and water to drink. She said that she had to watch her young children suffer, not knowing what to do. So one 40 years old woman who is a widow, she's sharing her experiences, her feelings, what happened on the day. So with her 4 children, she came out of the home because when the water reached the home, it was collapsed, the mud home. So it was collapsed. Immediately she came out of the home, so reached the top level where the water was not flowing, and she was waiting for the help. 2 days she was staying there. Nobody was there to help. So finally she got help from the rescue team, and she got food, and she got shelter, and she was very, very happy, and she's thanking them people who came. Most of the people, we know the incident now who are watching this video. You can know the incident what happened in the state of Kerala recent in the year of 2019. We knows very much. So the Kerala has been totally overflowed with water. So we knows very well how it was very pathetic condition. Same incident happened in the state of Andhra Pradesh in 2009. It was 2019 in Kerala, 2009 in Andhra Pradesh, that is in Kurnool. The relief team brought her and her 4 children to the flood relief distribution camp, which was being organized by the government in Kurnool. Then there she received rice, blankets and other supplies her family needed. She felt that the help came as a great relief in her upper despair. Many private donors were moved on seeing her children. They provided the mother with some rice, corn, some pots and pans for cooking. They also constructed a temporary shade for her family. She expressed her gratitude with a beaming face, saying that she would remain thankful for help she received. Help always pays gratitude. The end of the disaster is being finished here. Then immediately many relief teams, many government officials, they came towards her and they given food, shelter, and some organization constructed home for her, and she was very, very happy for the help what she received from the government and the other private organization. And she said one word, that is, I am very much thankful for the people who supported me and who helped me in this disaster. So that is the end of, and he said that one word, help always pays gratitude. So whatever you receive, when you receive any help from people, we have to be gratitude. We have to be thankful for them. So don't forget the thankfulness of the people. Help always need thankfulness. So that is the end of the disasters. Thank you for watching. Another time you have to respond in a positive manner during disasters. We are feeling that we are happy because we didn't have the disasters. We don't know when it will come to us. So be careful. When the disaster happen anywhere in the corner of the world, we have to help them. So that is a primary responsibility. That shows you are a human. That is humanity. So thank you for watching this video. Meet you in the next class. Until then, bye bye.